Before we start, if you enjoyed our content, please take this moment to support us by clicking on the subscribe button, liking this video, and sharing it with others. It's a small request, but it means a lot to us. Thank you.
Well, they just continue to make the same mistakes and hasn't learned anything as of yet. Zane here again. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Madman with the Show. We got two big consoles coming out this year, and we have a lot of games hopefully to come and that they would work. And then you have getting some older games that are going through issues that are being fixed, and you're getting games that are popular right now that's been out for a bit, and you're finally getting games that are getting refurbished. But, it is just an insanity. But before we start, thank you again for subscribing, liking, and supporting and sharing this video. We do really appreciate it here, even though we just said it in the beginning. But we're emphasizing it again. It's just this little thing, a little thank you to those out there. So this has been peaking out, and let me show you this chart. This chart may have changed in the last couple of hours, stuff like that. Since then, there's continuation. Actually, this is until about the October 8th that I pulled this up to. If you notice, this is Marvel Avengers. Was a popular game out, and I know guys on YouTube have played it and enjoyed it. I've seen a lot of gameplay as far as YouTubers go. But what have we seen is you've seen a drop, a massive drop that has happened. I think its biggest peak was about 30,000 players. Now you're talking under 2,000. I think at the lowest so far, I may be wrong, I think about 900. Now this is a multiplayer game. So basically, if you're playing one particular character, you're searching for the other characters that are not identical to you to play all together in multiplayer. That becomes a difficulty. The less and less players on this system. It's similar to, like, right now, if you're playing Modern Warfare off the Xbox 360, Warfare 2, it's hard to get people to play it right now. I mean, I've been on it a couple of times, and I have all the maps. And basically, may spend about 10-15 minutes to see if anybody joins in, but I never get on a board. Maybe one or two other people might jump on, but that's not enough. And in this case, this is what's happening with Marvel. And the thing about it is also, it is having its issues. There's been a lot of gameplay issues, technical issues. I mean, this is not something like one or two, three things. This is like hundreds of issues with this game. I mean, when are they going to learn that, you can't put out a half-assed game just so, you could get your bucks in early, and then you got them hooked, and then now, you're going to, weed it out and fix whatever you couldn't fix before, so so at least you get it on there. This is by Crystal Dynamics, this game. I mean, this is harking back on Anthem and Fallout. This is, and the thing is, this hasn't been out that long. The game hasn't been out, and we're in the middle of the COVID pandemic that basically everybody's mostly home at this point. And still people have logged off this game. I think there's more people on a couple other games on there, including Among Us. Among Us, which is a very old game, it's super hot right now. And the creators are going back and fixing these things. They're going back and spending the money to fix these things, and it's only 3 of them. This is a big company, like Crystal Dynamics, EA, all these companies. They're large companies. When you have a company, that built Among Us, it's like 3 people, and now they got advanced the servers and stuff like that, and they're doing their best. There's a couple things that have come out, and there's other things, like I said, voice chat, that they need to do. But meanwhile, a big company like this, like Crystal Dynamics, has made this game according to like the movies, and some people say, well, it might be because they don't like the Marvel character. That's part of it. You don't like the matchmaking, the way the matchmaking is going. That's part of it. Overall, crap is crap. You can't shine shit. That's an old saying a friend of mine used to say back then when we tried to remaster some of our old videos from the 80s. You just can't shine shit. And it's the same thing with this. You're trying to shine something. You're trying to fix something that is just damaged goods. You sold damaged goods. When is the FTC going to jump in on this? I mean, I am surprised they haven't started on this. Because you have all these companies, they're making games, and they're just pure, defective games. If this was a product like a toy or something like that, and it chokes somebody or something like that, you would have the protection bureaus calling for recalls and stuff. Stop selling the product and stuff like that. But the electronic game industry is continuing to manufacture these games at a rapid rate and not taking time. Cyberpunk game that's coming out this year. Look how long it took to make this game. And they're working day in, day out the next couple of weeks just so they can get to that November release date and iron out the patches. Will it be perfect? Hard to say. But I'll tell you this, it probably, and I could be wrong, but chances are I'm not. The possibility that, this game will be very successful, will work very well with very minor problems. Because when you're dealing with software and stuff like that, you're going to have some bugs set in, and that's normal. But when you have something where the game itself, it's detrimental to the whole gaming system itself. And you have people flocking away saying, like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. It's like being in Disney World and none of the rides work, except maybe 2. It's like, why did I pay for this? I'm leaving. I'm walking out the door.
How dare you?
And that's the same thing that's happening here. They've walked out the door and, it's continuing to drop. I mean, when your long play times, trying to get on. I mean, on PC alone, you have long half-hour wait times on there. Xbox and PlayStation 4, you're not getting as long as that, but you're still getting long periods of time on that. So it's an overall. I can imagine. I mean, I haven't heard too much on Stadia, on the Stadia platform, but I would assume it's about the same with. How can I put this? Sit up, straighten up, and get your company in order. You're not going to make money this way. You're going to end up losing money. And we're starting to see it. We are starting to see it, guys. You got 2 new consoles this year. 2 new consoles. Are these games going to work properly when they switch over? Is the Avengers going to work properly on there? Are we going to have issues with Call of Duty? Are we going to have issues with Cyberpunk? I mean, I don't know on these things. But when you have an old game like Among Us, which is doing very well, has some minor glitches, hey, listen. I played a little bit myself, and I could see you get booted out on there. This is 3 people. If 3 people can sit there and say, hey, listen, we got to beef up a situation, instead of making a sequel to the game, that's well worth playing the game and getting the game. Here, selling the game out with the issues completely, and in a large company that you are, with enough people to handle this situation, and you got to say to yourself, why? So I hope the Federal Trade Commission is listening in, because basically they need to start checking on these guys. It is about time. We've had so many issues. We've had EA, Crystal Dynamics, all these companies. I understand you want to make money, but I've seen some games out of Japan that is about 100 times better with less the problems. So you tell me in the comments below, have you been playing this? Have you had these issues? Have you looked at, saying like, hey, forget this, chuck it out, I'm not playing this more? Or have you had a good experience? Let me know in the comments. Keep the conversation going. Let me tell you, I haven't really I've bought new games, but I've waited till the price come down. I mean, I've both Watch Dogs games I bought under $10. I waited for them to iron out most of the bugs on there. Fallout, didn't play it. Not into for me on that particular game, but I've had friends who have purchased it and they've regretted buying it. Same thing with Anthem, and I've got a couple friends who has the Avengers, and they said it's been rough for them. So let me know in the comments below. So don't forget, hit that subscribe, like it, and share this video. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you again. We really appreciate it. It has been an adventure being on this platform and a couple other platforms, and we have more platforms to come. We did a test run on Twitch this past weekend. Some good results, not major, but hey, we're trying to advance some of our programming, trying to get it out there, trying to get it out to more people. And I thank the new subscribers. We got a bunch of new subscribers this weekend. Thank you, and that's Partor, Twitter, and Parler. Thanks to Twitter and Parler on those subscribers. Thank you very much. And like I said, we'll see you on the rebound. Thank you very much. Bye bye now.